that don't believe in Jesus, but we believe in Jesus. Again, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Allie. It took me a while to get to believing in Jesus, though. There's a lot that's about to start happening, and if you're just now jumping on, and I don't know what happened, but there's a lot of new people on my platforms, and I thank you guys so much. Wherever you came from, I know there's enemies too, so whatever, at least you learned something. Thank you. We're about to explain this in a way that everybody can understand, and we're about to explain it all the way over and start over, but with everything that we've been holding back. So a lot of you 90s are, were asking a while back, you're like, look, I know some of this stuff, I'm ready for a lot of stuff, I get it, what is the part that you're saying that I'm missing? And we're ready now. We're not ready, but we're doing it anyway. But we're going to put that stuff out there. Some of the stuff that you're about to see will shake you, some of it will scare you, some of it will piss you off, and some of it will make you sick, rightfully so. And I think it's that time. So the last thing we came on here and we told you guys we were in the middle of trying to finish filming, and I want you to understand what that means or what happened, because a lot of you guys are like, all right, let's go, let's do this, let's see it. There were some people in the beginning, we don't think we're anybody special, we know it's just us, like this is a real life, this is our life, this is a real situation, this is not a joke, this is not a game, this is not a TV show, this is our life, and it's been my life since I was 3 months old. So I know a lot of people are like, it's a lot to catch up on, and when we first went viral, we had a lot of people that did call us and say, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. Nobody ever asked about safety. When I say let's do this, I mean movies, docuseries. Somebody asked about a musical, music. All that stuff is amazing, but that's not going to help what's going on right now. And in order to get stuff like that done, with our life being the way it is, it doesn't just work smoothly or run smoothly. And I want to kind of explain some things to you guys, so you know what you're seeing, because a lot of people don't know what they're seeing, and they don't know what's going on, so they don't know what they're looking at, and then they make these stories and these assumptions, and it's not it. So listen closely right now, because there's just some things that I can't say right now, but just stay with me. I know that if you get it, you get it, and if you know, you know, okay? So stay with me, scoot closer. Here we go. So with the docuseries, we were called before, and somebody said, hey, can we follow you around? We've done many Netflix docuseries before. How about we follow you around and we get everything that's going on? The first thing that I asked them is, okay, so that sounds amazing. Thank you for that. But I got questions. What about your producers or your cameraman's safety? If your cameraman jumps in the car with us and there's a situation that goes down, and if he gets scared, if his camera gets damaged, whatever the case, what happens with that? They told us we would have to sign some contracts and see about liability issues. And I'm like, how are we liable for you wanting to follow us around? How are we liable for something that's our life? This is not a joke. This is not a TV show. There's no need to tweak any damn thing because it's already fucked up. Okay? A lot of people are like, you guys are so brave, and you're so this, and you're so that, and we appreciate your sweet and kind words, but we're nobody special. Like my mom said before, she's a mother. Now when people tell my mom she's a good mom, I actually go in on that too. Not just because she's my mom, but she really is a good mom. But and I'm not saying that because she's my mom. I'm saying that because the hell that we went through, and I've seen her have to deal with other kids. But people are like, oh, you're so this, you're so that. No, we're not. We're doing what needs to be done, and like my mom has said before, it's the same thing as You don't congratulate somebody on breathing for the day. You don't congratulate somebody on blinking and keeping the dust out of their eyes for the day. This is our life. We don't need you to pat us on the back. We don't need you to give us an applause. We don't need a Patreon. We don't need a dime of your money. We've never asked you guys for it. We appreciate everybody that's like, let us fucking help you. But we're like, we need you guys to see the truth. And we need you to see it for other children. The reason all this time that after I snapped and had enough, that we started telling you our personal experiences and our stories and the things that we've been through and the things that's been covered up from our knowledge is because there's millions and millions and millions of other survivors just like me, if not way worse off than me. I am blessed. I'm blessed to have all 4 of my limbs. I'm blessed to be sitting here talking to you no matter what hell we're going through right now. I am still very blessed. I'm not sitting in anybody's chains anymore. I'm not dealing with somebody telling me what to do and how much I'm worth for the night and putting a price tag on who I am and my soul. I'm not that person anymore. And on top of that, things are way worse than they could be. Or things could be way worse than they are. Excuse me. So we are blessed. And there are more survivors that are just like us that need you to see that. They need you to wake up to the shit that everybody wants you to sleep on. They need you to know the reality of the real shit and not what people are trying to feed you. I don't care what you think about me. A lot of you, some of you are on here thinking that this is some type of TV reality show and you hate me and you're sitting here waiting for us to die, or you're waiting for something really bad to happen because you like the fact of breaking me down. You're not winning. You're not winning. I joke about my hell that I've been through. I joke about it. I got mad dark humor. Okay, so you're not doing anything. You might be learning something though, because God forbid something happened to you personally, you would be able to make a decision based on something that you sat here and listened to, even though that you were not listening to it for the best reason. Now the 90s that are sitting on here, some of you that have been here from the beginning, some of you who had just jumped on and already see the real shit from the bullshit, thank you. Because you're the type of people that I feel like one day somebody's gonna get a child. Whether that means that you have to help a child out of trafficking, whether that you're in a child's face for 2 seconds that needs you for 2 seconds, whether that means that it's somebody in your own family, whether that means that it's a survivor that has alters or a survivor that is an adult and needs you, you're going to be able to have some type of something to do because of the knowledge that you sat here with, and maybe you did that extra digging. So you know that it's not just me. You know that it's not just my life. You know that this is not just something that I'm telling you about. This is not just me. This is not, and from the beginning I've been telling you guys, this is not just about me. There, again, a lot of people, the only person that's not making money off of my name is me. There's other people that use my name for clickbait and for bullshit, making money off my name. There's still sex videos, rape videos, porn videos that people are still making money off of my name. The only person that is not making any money off my name is me. I don't need any of this for a benefit. I am being so naked and vulnerable with you guys that it is no joke how real. I'm about to open my life to you. I feel like some of you guys have seriously been sitting between my legs sometimes because of the things that have came out, but the things that my traffickers ex-traffickers have come on here and said and done, and the things that you guys have seen from Brotherhood Police stopping us, and you looking some of my predators in the face that have a badge on. You guys have seen some shit that you just don't understand what you're seeing yet. And all of these videos in a minute are about to make so much more fucking sense that it will have you guys rocking in the corner. I promise you that. In a minute, it's all about to make sense. But we're not expecting anything from this. If anything, we're expecting more hell than we've ever gotten in our lives, because we're about to tell secrets that people thought died with Tori. You really thought they died with Tori. So someone said, I'll never forget that night all the cops stopped y'all in the snow. Yeah. Which one? There was a few times that week. There was a few times that week. They were pissed, huh? They were pissed. But again, I can't tell you guys how much when you stop and drop, the only thing that we will beg y'all for is to stop and pray. Just stop and pray. And you have no idea how much you're intervening over here, especially in that situation like when the Brotherhood police pulled us over for a week straight and was just taunting us. And the whole world seen it. Someone said the third time was bad. What was the third state? Do you know? Do you remember what the third state was? Let's play up reminiscent trivia. Hold on 1 second. Can y'all hear me? Tell you about filming. When we first started filming, it was around the time that we lost our home completely. We had to get back and handle everything, and we lost our home completely. We had already stayed away from our home. We were paying rent on our home while we were living in the car and dealing with everything that was going on. So we're still paying rent on our home. We still have all of our things in our home, but then we realized it's over and we lost our home completely. So it was around that time that we tried to start everything. Okay, so you're remembering that, right? Everybody's like, yes, I'm with you. Okay, so now we started filming, and then we had enough for one part of a segment, and then we had to stop. And then we started filming again, and then all hell broke loose and we had to stop. We started trying to film again, and we had to leave the state from where the filmmakers were. So they had to try to, out of pocket, mind you, this is out of the Angels' own pockets, out of the gas money that's expensive, out of the livelihoods that are on the line, and the careers that people are trying to keep food on the table for their own damn children. They came out of their own pockets. Nobody is spending any money on this but their own stuff. There's no thousands of dollars. There's no white hats for us. There is none of that. These are everyday people that have taken their unique talents, put them together, and is doing something priceless that people should be doing for the right thing and just the right thing to do.
You won't even see their name on anything.
No, there's no credits rolling at the end of this. Nobody gives a shit about all of that. There's a bunch of people working on this, and nobody gives a shit about who was holding what camera and who was what director and who did the makeup and what person framed the cameras and who was in charge of tech and light and sound. Nobody gives a shit. There's no credits rolling at the end. These are everyday people that out of their own pockets have pulled their own things and their own cameras and their own talents. People who are professional makeup artists, everyday professional makeup artists, and said, hey, this is a professional thing. Let me help. let me help. So we said, fine, let's do it. But every single time we've had to stop. Every single time something came up. Every single time something happened. So when it comes to people like that have offered us stuff, people are not understanding what is happening on this side. We are still trying to stay alive. It's not easy to just do something just because you see a shit ton of people raising thousands of dollars like you've seen on so many other True Tellers accounts. By the way, hey, you remember when I told you pay attention? Listen closely right here. You ready? Listen closely. Right here. Pay attention to who changes their complete script based on what they're about to see in a mockingbird way from us. Again, we are nobody special, but someone thinks that this story is our pain is someone's billboard to make money. Many people do. You've seen many people do it before. That's why we chilled on the interviews. That's why we pulled back, because I noticed a lot of people, they called and called for interviews. Has anybody called to check back and say, hey, are you guys safe? Are you still alive? Is there something I can do besides share on my platform? I have this leadway. I have this avenue. I have this avenue. They throw names and they say that they're big truth tellers and they can do this and they can do that and they can raise all this money. But nobody has called back to say, are you safe? Are you okay? No, they wanted the views. There's some people that I've done interviews with that are amazing souls, and I could probably count them on my hand and it won't take all my fingers after every interview that we've done since we went viral. And we didn't have a time to run a background check. We don't have that luxury. We're not sitting in front of the same backdrop every day. So we don't have that time to say, hey, let me see who this person is. We can probably run a 2-second background check, but then we find out more later because we can't sit there and run a full background check like we want to, like some people can if they were, had the time for that. Sitting in front of the same background, things in a high Illuminati way and not being bothered in the way that we are, because we can't even walk into a fucking gas station, but some people are sitting in front of the same backdrop after 8, 9, 10 years, raising money after 8, 9, 10 years, doing seminars that cost over $150 a head after 8, 9, 10 years, collecting money and raking wallets for a story that they have not asked anybody to get outside for, that they haven't pushed anybody to use their own monies for, that they haven't told anybody, don't send me the donations. You get your ass up off the couch and you buy it your damn self and you get to a shelter and you show up for children, because it's not just about me, because survivors can't do this shit by themselves because it doesn't fucking work that way. It's dangerous. So pay attention to those who are claiming all of these things, claiming to be absolutely healed, claiming for everything to be absolutely peaches and cream fine. It was never fine. Before you guys met us, it wasn't fine. We just blended well. It wasn't fine. We just walked away from situations and we disappeared before anybody could ask any questions. Everybody was always like, where the hell did Ali and Shelley go? And why didn't they tell us they were leaving? And I thought everything was okay, and then all of a sudden Ali is sick. I thought she looked fine. What happened? This is not a joke. Pay attention to that part. Okay, back to the series. Anywho, so with filming, we tried to start filming. People are not weighing in the part that this is still a serious situation. Safety comes into play. We still have somebody who will try to look out for us while we film, but still we have to get up and move if anything gets crazy. We have to get up and move if anything gets too bad. We have to get up and move no matter what if we see a situation that it's best to move than to sit still and be sitting ducks, no matter who we were with. Okay, for number one. Number two, we had a breakdown. Not we. My mother did it. She's fine. She's fine. She don't care. I had a breakdown really bad. Actually, I lost time. And It was really bad. And then I had a breakdown. And then my skin was crawling so bad from all the memories that I literally was sitting in a corner rocking and crying for a minute. You know, there's some people who are like, you're like, oh, you're such a this, and you're such a badass, and you're such a this. That's why I tell you guys, I'm so broken. You have no idea. I may bark, but I am fucking broken. Like, you don't understand. Like, I was sitting in the corner for a minute, and not even my mom could pull me out of it. And Angel, at one point, we were supposed to be getting to somewhere to film, and we just had to stop because I broke down where I stood. And I mean, my skin was crawling. The clothes on my body, the texture of the clothes on my body was making my skin crawl worse. I couldn't stop gagging. I wanted to throw up. I was throwing up. I was crying. Like, it was snot bubbles everywhere. It was really, I don't even understand how to explain that to you. And there's some times where I don't let people see that side of me, and I will try my damn best to act like nothing is wrong if I know that I'm like, somebody can't handle this shit. And Angel saw the most realest side of me this time, because they were just like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened? And it was like, we had to go back to a place to grab footage of a spot that I was raped in. We had to go back to another spot and grab footage of my ex-pimp's house. Did you see me roll by? I told you had a week. We had to go back to the house of my elite bloodline. You know, again, faking the death, don't run in the family. We had to go back to a situation, and sometimes my mom has taken me back to things to redo things, because as a survivor, she doesn't let me run from shit. It doesn't. You don't grow that way. She doesn't let me run because it makes me rock in a corner harder, way harder. If she let me run, then I'd be scared of fucking everything. I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't be a human being, because I would stay in the corner. And there are some survivors that I'm not knocking because you are there, but my mom doesn't allow me to do that. So my mom will make me stand in places where I will be like, Mom, and she will pull my ass kicking and fucking screaming and like, nope, you are going to stand here and take your power back. And that's what happened. Trust me, I was kicking and screaming. And I had a whole breakdown. I hit a wall, literally and figuratively, in so many ways. Like, and then everybody's like, so do we move or not? Because that's the part. There was a part where there's a time where I lost time. And so, you know, I had seen one of the angels, and they're like, do we bring a camera in? Because this is the part where people need to see how real this is. But at the same time, it's fucked up, and I don't want people to see that. And I'm trying to run from them, but they have a camera, and literally, I told them yes to this docuseries, and now I'm fucking running from them. It was a mess. Now I'm running from them because I'm like, no, wait, like, this is not a camera thing. This is not a joke. This is not a, but then I had to realize this is the point. And that was the hard part. I may laugh and I may be smiling right now, but seriously, I'm a laugh away from, I think, crying and never stop. And I know that. And that's why the nervous laughs comes out all the time. Because I feel like one day I'm going to fucking snap. And I damn near did when I went viral. Y'all don't understand what built that day. What made that build up. What made me fucking snap. I snapped. And I didn't expect for shit to happen the way it did, and we're here, okay? And there is a snapping harder than that, okay? There is a moment where I'm gonna fucking snap way harder than that, and it's gonna be bad, okay? And I thought we were damn near there. So we had to stop filming stopped for a whole damn day for that. I lost time, and then when I came back to, I had a breakdown. The smells of everything around us was too much. Everything was just too much. And then the other part is where we were filming. So these angels, they were like, let's go into a house and film. Like, oh my God. The last time I did something like that was for a porn video. I told you guys that porn videos are sets. Some people are like, oh, it's this and it's that. You know, when they change positions and then and sometimes it's in a different room. It's because sometimes they will rent a house and then they just move from room to room in different positions, and then they slam that together and they swear up and down they were having sex for hours and they weren't. It takes time to stop the camera. It takes time to get angles. It takes time to frame. It takes time to move around someone. It takes time to zoom in to make sure that you can see. It takes time for lights to be in the right angles so you can see exactly what is happening. So the last time I filmed like that was for a rape video. And that shit was hard because there are men for some of the filmmakers, and I have issues. Like, and there's women too, but the men are the ones that are behind the cameras. And there's professional lights all around the house. And there's people talking to me, and then there's a makeup artist coming up to me and it's like, let me just eyeshadow. I know we're gonna cry this off, but let me just eyeshadow because we can't see you with all these lights right now. So let me just, and you gotta feel special, so let's just put this eyeshadow on you. And then there's a clapper thing. There's a take 1, take 2, take 3 thing in your face. The last time that happened, I was making a porn video. So y'all don't understand the amount of trauma and PTSD and the memories and the shit that I buried that just came flooding back for a second. And I had a whole meltdown. And I felt like I was never going to stop crying. I cried for probably like 12 hours.
Yeah. That's what I mean when I say with survivors, they take one step forward and then they get knocked back too. And then they take one step forward and then they get knocked back too. It's a lot. There's just no other way around most of this shit. And it doesn't mean every survivor's got to go like make a docu-series, but that's not what I mean. But anything a survivor does, it takes one step forward and they get knocked back too. So if you see a survivor standing anywhere, most of them have gone through hell to get there.
Just to stand. Like, there was a moment where there was cameras in our faces and they were supposed to be sitting in the car with us to record, and then we had to go back to places that I've been raped in. So doing all of that and then getting in the car and then getting ready and then somebody telling me I'm gonna do your hair and just relax, it's gonna be okay, and then trying to get into my face and take one. Once that clapper started a few times, like I damn near had a panic attack. And then the first time, and then knowing that it's gonna happen, knowing nothing bad is gonna happen is one thing, but sometimes your body just doesn't understand that shit. Like, my body responds first sometimes. So I will start having a panic attack and freaking out, and I'm telling you right now, everything came flooding back. Everything. My mom tried to calm me down with CBD oil. I was shaking so bad, like I couldn't. And y'all know that I smoke, because I mean, it's something that I got pulled over and I have a medical weed license because I have PTSD and I smoke to function. But smoking wasn't helping.
One of the only things that helps with MK Ultra.
But the thing is there's times where smoking triggers me. So yes, smoking will calm me down, but it will also trigger me because I've done harder drugs. There's also times where...
One step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah, occasionally I drink. But sometimes certain smells of alcohol will send me way back, and I will go crazy. There's certain alcohols that I can't drink. I will start rocking in a corner if I feel that type of high. My mom tried to, because I was shaking and crying and oh my God, so bad that my mom tried to lay me down and put CBD in my belly button, and I started fucking freaking out on her because like, she's like, lay down and just let me help you. And because she's telling me to lay down and another angel is in the room, I started fucking freaking out. Like, but the angel has a camera and nobody's gonna hurt me. I just freaked the fuck out. Like, oh, it was such, you know, And then because of that, we got what needed to be done for us to be able to start, you know, getting things out there in a way that we need to.